typical NFL superstar. He doesn't look like the quarterbacks the league has been promoting for decades. He doesn't talk like them. He doesn't carry himself like them. And he definitely didn't follow the usual path to fame. When he entered the NFL, analysts labeled him as too raw, too unpredictable, and some even suggested he should switch positions entirely. But what nobody realized is that Lamar Jackson was about to rewrite more than just the playbook. He was about to rewrite how an athlete controls his own career. He grew up in Pompano Beach, Florida, in a humble environment where his mother played a central role in supporting his football ambitions. Lamar wasn't surrounded by luxury or special advantages. What he had was discipline, speed, and a work ethic that stood out from a young age. His performances in high school earned him a chance at Louisville, where he quickly became one of the most explosive players in college football. Winning the Heisman Trophy didn't just confirm his talent. When the NFL draft finally arrived, Lamar waited longer than expected, but the Baltimore Ravens took a chance on him with the last pick of the first round. That decision changed the direction of the franchise. Over the next seasons, Lamar transformed the Ravens' offense, won an MVP at just 22 years old, and established himself as one of the most difficult players to prepare for in the league. But Lamar stands out for something beyond his performance on the field. He has built his career with a level of independence rarely seen among top athletes. He chose not to hire an agent. He manages his own negotiations, and he keeps full control over his financial decisions. While some assumed this approach would hurt him, Lamar ended up securing one of the biggest contracts in NFL history entirely on his own terms. And that's where things get especially interesting. Understanding how Lamar Jackson organizes his finances, how he negotiated his record-breaking deal, and how he manages his money with a strategy that many experts now call one of the smartest in the league. Lamar Jackson's contract saga became one of the most intriguing storylines in the NFL, not because he thrives on drama, but because the situation around him became bigger than football. For 2 seasons, the entire league kept asking the same question: would the Ravens finally pay him? And would Lamar actually stay? Everything shifted when the Cleveland Browns handed Deshaun Watson a fully guaranteed $230 million contract, a move that sent shockwaves through every front office. Overnight, Lamar wasn't just negotiating a raise, he was challenging the league's unwritten system. NFL contracts had always followed the same rule: bigger money over time, but never fully guaranteed. Watson's deal shattered that rule, and owners across the league quietly agreed they didn't want this to happen again. They never said it publicly, but it was obvious there was a gentleman's agreement to make sure no other player got that kind of deal. He chose to negotiate without an agent, something analysts criticized, but Lamar believed in betting on himself. Then the Ravens placed the non-exclusive franchise tag on him, which meant he could negotiate with any team, while Baltimore had the right to match any offer. And if they refused, the signing team would owe them 2 first-round picks. What followed was one of the strangest stretches in recent NFL memory. Within hours of the tag, multiple teams publicly claimed they had no interest in Lamar, a former MVP, still young, still elite, available without an outrageous trade package. It didn't make sense. It didn't add up. And for many people around the league, it confirmed that the quiet agreement between owners was very real. Weeks passed with no offers, no negotiations, and no movement. While the media dissected every rumor, Lamar stayed patient. He handled everything himself. And right before the NFL draft, the situation finally broke open.
Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens have agreed to terms on a brand new contract extension.
It's about $53 million a year. I think everybody's happy.
It's a lot of flock going on. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Baltimore came back with a new massive deal, making Lamar the highest paid player in the league. At the time, with a 5-year extension, he negotiated entirely on his own. After all the uncertainty, the tension, and the league-wide pressure, Lamar didn't just secure his future. He proved he could win the biggest negotiation of his career on his own terms. First, his contract structure. By negotiating on his own, without an agent, Lamar saved millions in fees that most players simply hand away. Instead of paying a typical 1 to 3% cut, Lamar kept every single dollar of his guaranteed money. That alone already put him ahead of most athletes his age. But it's not just about keeping money, it's about managing it. He's been intentional about protecting his earnings. Off the field, Lamar has built a surprisingly disciplined business portfolio. Instead of chasing risky startups or flashy investments that go nowhere, he focuses on sustainable ventures. His most visible move has been Era 8 Apparel, his clothing and lifestyle brand. Launched early in his career and grown steadily with his fan base. It's not a random merch line. It's one of the few athlete-led brands that actually turns profit because Lamar pushes it consistently and avoids overexpanding. In 2024, Era 8's online store made around $200,000 in sales. This only includes direct sales from their website, not events, team stores, or other platforms. This shows the brand is operating at a modest level, not like a big celebrity brand. Using that number, total yearly revenue for Era 8 is estimated to be between $200,000 and $600,000. After production, marketing, and other expenses, the brand's net profit would likely be between $20,000 and $120,000 a year. It's not a huge amount, but it is a functioning business that makes steady income and gives Lamar control over a brand he can grow. Even though Lamar Jackson isn't one of the NFL players with the most businesses or side ventures, that doesn't mean his money stays untouched. A significant part of how he spends it goes toward helping others. Through the Lamar Jackson Foundation, he has consistently invested his own money into community programs focused on children and families in need. Over the years, Lamar has funded youth football camps, provided school supplies, backpacks and bikes to kids, organized holiday food drives, and supported families during difficult moments like the COVID pandemic with masks and essential resources. These aren't publicity stunts or one-off donations. They're recurring actions, often carried out quietly without much media attention. Instead of using his wealth to chase status or expand businesses aggressively, Lamar chooses to reinvest part of his success back into the communities that shaped him. What makes Lamar Jackson's charitable work even more interesting is how consistently he funds it himself, while exact numbers aren't publicly disclosed. Based on the scale and frequency of his events, conservative estimates suggest Lamar likely spends hundreds of thousands of dollars per year on community support. Even with all his discipline, he doesn't completely avoid rewarding himself for his success. Like many elite athletes, Lamar has made some high-profile purchases, starting with a large family home near Baltimore. One of the first things he bought with his NFL money. It was a comfortable and practical choice that also kept him close to the team. He's also well known for his love of custom jewelry, especially pieces designed to celebrate key moments in his career, with some chains valued at tens of thousands of dollars. When it comes to cars, Lamar doesn't hold back either, owning several luxury and high-performance vehicles, from Mercedes and Bentley models to supercars like a Lamborghini and a Rolls-Royce. On the surface, these purchases may look flashy, but compared to his total earnings, they represent controlled spending rather than reckless behavior. Lamar Jackson's story proves that success in the NFL doesn't have to come with chaos, controversy, or financial mistakes. While many players lose control once the money starts coming in, Lamar chose a different path. He stayed patient, kept ownership of his decisions, and built his career on discipline rather than impulse. He doesn't chase attention, he doesn't rush into bad deals, and he doesn't live beyond his means. From negotiating one of the biggest contracts in league history without an agent, to building his own brand, investing carefully, and giving back to his community, Lamar shows that financial intelligence can be just as important as talent on the field. His approach may not be the loudest, but it's one of the most sustainable in the modern NFL. If you're enjoying this type of content, take a second to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment letting us know what you think or which player you want us to cover next. Your support helps the channel grow and lets us keep bringing you deeper stories like this. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about how much you earn, it's about how well you protect it.
Y'all, hey! Hey! Get him back. Hey! Cam! You ain't going back out there? Hey, Judon! Y'all good?